Okay.
Yeah, like
Oh, there we
if
go.
you hover over our name, three
I
dots.
got it. Yep, thanks. It's so funny because I did teach virtually during COVID, so I should remember how to do that, but it's been a while. Hi guys. So I am from Digital Plus Micro School, which is a high school program. And this is basically just an information session. If your parents are interested, I'm going to also do these kinds of presentations. I do them several times a week. And we also have some other events, so I'll tell you a little bit about that. I have been at Mesa or with the micro school for 3 years. I am the program manager for the whole program. I've been a teacher for 18 years. And I worked at a small charter school here in Phoenix for 15 years. So, and I worked with eighth graders. So eighth graders are my people. I love working with middle school students. I miss middle school students. Now I'm stuck with smelly high school students, but I do love high school students as well. And we're having so much fun in our program. So I'm really excited to tell you a little bit about it today. So, as most of you know, or you might know, the mission for ASU Prep is to design new models for educational success and raise academic achievement for all learners. And that is really what we're focused on. We are building new models at ASU Prep, and we're trying to find fun and innovative ways and exciting ways to learn that are a little bit outside of the box. So, that is kind of why we designed our hybrid program. And when I say hybrid, what I mean is our students they are virtual learners, so they're in digital, ASU Prep digital, and then they come to a ground campus for 2 or 3 days a week. So that's what we're going to talk about today. You have to live in the Valley. So you have to live in the Valley to be able to do this program for now, but maybe someday we'll expand it to Colorado or some other places. That would be really fun. But you have to live in the Valley next year in order to participate in this program because 2 or 3 of the days are in person. So at ASU Prep, generally, we believe that learning should be personalized, it should be limitless, real world, multi-path, so you have a lot of choices, and then based in community kind of activities. So that is what we do in our program. We're going to work one-on-one with you. We do all kinds of fun activities and group work, and we collaborate. So it's really limitless. We can kind of do the things that we want to do. We do projects every semester, so it's real world. Multi-path just means you have a lot of opportunities, and then we work with communities. So we partner with local communities or ASU at different sites to bring you really exciting and innovative kind of activities, and it's really fun. So you could be prep digital students. That's what you are right now, and you're home, working on your digital coursework at home. But basically, if you want more face time, if you want more one-on-one time, opportunities to make some friends, meet some cool teachers, that our program would be for you. And our program is called Digital Plus. So let me tell you a little bit more about our program. So there's two different tracks for our students. The first track is called College Prep. That's what you all would be. So I don't know if you know this. This is so exciting. But once you finish your first semester, your ninth grade year, if you do really well and you have a 3.0 GPA, which is mostly A's and B's, ASU Prep will pay for you to take 2 college classes a semester. So starting when you are 14 or 15 and it is the second semester of your freshman year or ninth grade year, you'll be allowed to take 2 college classes if you want to. So basically, we want students to be on 2 different tracks. The one track would be either new students or freshmen, and we will prepare you to take college classes so you're ready to do it. And the other track will be students who are actually taking college classes. So they come to our program and then they go to their classes while they're with us. So those are kind of the 2 different groups that we're working with. But you're going to be a college prep student. So if you're interested in going to college, this might be what you are looking for. So how do you know if this is a good fit for you? This is a question I get asked a lot of times. The people that we're looking for, the people who do the best in our program are independent learners. So you're able to do your work by yourself and you don't need a lot of hand-holding or someone sitting next to you to get your work done. We want you to be college bound. So my whole philosophy about college is you don't have to go to college when you graduate. Some people choose not to go to college and they do just fine. But what we want you to do is have the opportunity to go to college. So we really want you to be Sun Devils. But if you choose not to and you want to go to a trade school or do something different, join a family business, work at Costco, wherever, that would be fine too. And a lot of people that work at Costco actually went to college too. But we want you to be able to go to college. So that's really what we focus on. We want you to be curious. We want you to be academically driven. We want you to be open to building relationships. So the students who do best in our program, even if they're a little shy or maybe they don't make friends too easy, we can help them with that, but they have to be open. So if you come into the classroom and you're like, I don't want to make any friends, I'm just here to do my work, that usually is not a great fit. Why? Because we work collaboratively in groups. We work together in projects every semester. So if you're being a curmudgeon, which means you're being grumpy and you don't want friends, probably not a great fit because we're going to be like, come play, hang out, play Uno, do this fun activity. And then you're going to be like, no. And that's probably not going to be a lot of fun for anybody. You also will need to be responsible because we do have a little bit of freedom when we're on our campuses. And then we want you to be self-driven. So again, we're called a micro school, which means there's only 2 educators or 2 teachers on site. So we don't have time to sit with a student and make them do their coursework. We need you to be doing it on your own. So even if you aren't all of these things right now in 8th grade, I mean, it would be pretty amazing if you were, but this doesn't apply to a lot of 8th graders. We will work with you to help you with these things. So basically, we just want you to want to do these things, and then we can kind of show you a path in that way. So even if you're very shy, we can help you make some friends and make some connections. We'll work with you to help you be more independent. We'll learn how to be curious. We're going to really work on those skills as we go. So what is expected? And this is actually a parent PowerPoint, so it says of my student, but the question is, what is expected of you? So what we would like you to do, the goal, and this is a big goal, so we may not make it every time, but our goal is that you enroll in a college class within the first year. If you're not ready in the first year, that's going to be okay. That's just our goal. The second one is that you're taking 1 to 2 college classes each semester. That probably won't happen your freshman year, but as you move through the program and get more comfortable, you're going to be really excited to take college classes. And that might sound a little scary now. I think when I was in 8th grade and someone told me next year you might take college classes, that might seem a little scary. But we do have something called a ULC, which is a universal learning course. And those classes are really cool because you can take a college course. And if at the end of the course you don't do so hot, you don't have to take that grade on your transcript. So it's kind of a no risk way to take a college class without being afraid that you're going to ruin your college transcript. I see some questions popping up. I'm going to answer those at the end if that's okay. And then by the end of your senior year, we'd like you to have taken 12 college credits. So that's really only 4 college classes, but that is the goal. And then we also ask you to maintain a minimum GPA or grade point average of 2.5. So you probably haven't, I don't know if you've learned about GPAs or not. Have we learned about that, Miss Patton?
No, we haven't talked too much about GPAs.
Oh, okay. So a 2.5 would be A's, B's, and maybe 1 or 2 C's. So I wonder if maybe that actually might be a good lesson because I bet you guys do that at the end of the year. I'm like, you probably already do that. But so basically what they do in high school is they take all of your grades and they give them a number value, add them up, and they give you an average grade. So a 2.5 is like a B minus, a C plus, but you need to have good grades in order to take those college classes. So that is why we require that. If you don't have great grades coming in, that's okay, but we want you to be working toward better grades. So we're really being flexible, but we really want students who are motivated or they want to do really well and go to college. So we support students similarly in the way that you are supported right now by the awesome middle school team, but we also are going to add someone called a personalized learning advisor to your group of people that are supporting you. And that's what we call our teachers. And then we also, at the campuses, we bring in professors and community experts. So we bring in people to come talk to you. I'm right now at the Mesa Mix Center, which is in the heart of downtown Mesa. It's at our school is in the film school. We have 2 movie theaters at our film school. And we get to go into those spaces with professors and make movies. So we bring in those professors to come and help and work with our high school students. A personalized learning advisor are teachers, and I joke that they're the cool teachers. So they're not necessarily standing in front of a class and lecturing to you. They're really just planning what you're doing when you're on site. They're working with you kind of as a mentor, which means they're just checking in, seeing how things are going. They're coaching. Hey, you're failing math. What should we do about that? Let's reach out to your teacher. So they're supporting you in more of a coaching way, not necessarily a teacher way. They're also not going to be tutoring. So if you're struggling in math, let's say, and I always use math as the example because that's what I would struggle with when I was in 8th grade and now, we could help you find a tutor, or we could help you reach out to your teacher. So we're not really offering academic support, like tutoring, but we will help you get to the goals that you would like to get to by helping you reach out to those people who can help you with math or whatever it is that you struggle with. We're also going to help you create goals every semester, and then we're going to connect you with your support staff. So we are kind of the between your LSC, between your digital teachers, and we'll help you kind of move through and navigate all of the different things that you need to as you're in high school. I'm sure you've heard of these, but we really focus on the profile of a learner skills. So these are skills that at ASU Prep we're all focusing on. So by the end, we want you to be an independent scholar. We want you to be an empathetic community member, a skilled communicator. All of these things are weaved throughout our program. We want you to have achieved these skills by the end of our program. So we really focus on these through everything we do. All of our projects, activities are really focused on learning these skills. So what does it look like to be on campus? In the morning, we have a team building activity. So we do something fun and we kind of set out our day. And then we work on a project. So every person in our whole program has to complete one project per semester. And it's called project-based learning. And so you usually work with a group. It's usually collaborative. You work on a group project, and then at the end, you present the project. So in May of this year, we have a huge showcase at the Mesa Mix Center, which is where I am. I told you it's in the movie theater, and we show off all of our projects. So if you live locally, I'll send Miss Patton and Miss Newsom the information about this end of the year showcase, and maybe you can come. It's free to the public. It's May 16th, but we take over this whole huge building and we show off all the cool projects that we've done. Then from 10 to 12, you have live lesson time. So we try to schedule all the live lessons for our digital learners every day during this time period. And is it I don't know if it's the same in middle school, Ms. Newsom or Ms. Patton. Do they have one lesson per day now?
They have one live lesson per week per subject.
Excellent. That's how it works with high school as well. So every day you will have that same live lesson during this 10 to 12 time. And then you'll also be working on your digital coursework during this time. So you might have a live lesson, you might not, if you don't take that class, for example, because you'll have a little bit more choice in high school. But you'll also meet with your teacher during this time and just check in. And this is a great time for digital coursework. Then you get to have lunch. It kind of depends on which site that you attend. But here at Mesa Mix, there's a Jimmy John's, there's a crepe place. So there's some opportunities to purchase lunch, or most kids just pack their lunch. They play Uno or play games during lunch. And then in the afternoon, we continue on that project time. So we're working on, like I said, a big project throughout the whole semester. And then we kind of wrap up the day. We do a circle at the end where we kind of share out what our day was like. And then we wrap things up at 3 o'clock. So we're on campus from 9 to 3, 2 or 3 days a week. So if you only want, we do have an opportunity to attend 1 day a week, and it's called an experience. On Fridays, we are located at different sites and we get the opportunity to focus on a particular subject for one semester. So let me give you an example. Last semester, we partnered with the College of Health Solutions, and we had an experience downtown on downtown campus. And the kids got the opportunity to learn how to cook by an ASU chef taught them how to cook in an instructional kitchen. It was so cool. They did it 3 different times. They got to hold sheep's brains in a lab. They got to sew up sutures and learn how to do like make stitches on a dummy. They learned CPR. They learned all about healthcare. So every semester we usually have about 3 opportunities at different sites for an experience. We're still working on where these will be and what the topics will be, but this is a really exciting program for students who just want to come to us 1 day a week. And that day looks a little different because we don't offer digital work time. So you have to be a really focused student to be able to take these experiences. So there's so many possibilities. You could take 1 day on campus and do an experience, which are on Fridays. You could be on campus 2 different days, which would be our Digital Plus program, or you could do 3 days. And again, if you did 3 days, you have to be a really good student because in order to be with you only really have 2 hours each of those days to work on your digital coursework. So that means the other days you have to be very, very focused on completing digital coursework. So I just realized, give me 1 second. I just realized this PowerPoint doesn't really talk about the locations. So I'm like, so these days are actually, we're working on these days. So ignore the day part, but I did want to talk a little bit about our different sites. So we do have 3 different locations. We are located at ASU West Valley, which is about 40 minutes away from Mesa. It's on Thunderbird and 47th Ave. So it's in near Peoria by Glendale. We have ASU Tempe, which is in Tempe. It's right in the on the outskirts of campus, but it's close enough where we can walk over to campus and take college classes. And then Mesa Mix Center, which is where I am right now, it's right across the street from the Mesa Art Center. And it's a really big, like I said, it has 2 movie theaters. It's the movie school, the film school is based here in Mesa. So those are the 3 locations that we're currently offering these programs at. And then the experiences, we are working on those. So we will release that information as soon as those are solid. So if you're interested, we have a lot of opportunities to come check it out. So you could, and these are all linked, so we can throw this in the chat in a minute. But if you want to sign up for a campus visit, you could do that. We have these really cool things called shadow days. So shadow days are going to take place in April. We actually added, there's going to be 2 shadow days for each site. One of them is during your testing week, so we added another one. So there's shadow days and basically you come to campus and you get to see what it's like. You spend the whole day with us from 9 to 3. And you get to see what it's like to be an ASU Prep Digital Plus student. You should, if you're interested, you should do a shadow day. It's a really good taste of what we're doing, and that will give you a sense of whether you are interested or not. But I'll tell you a secret. Most kids who come to shadow days end up coming to our program because it's very fun and they love it. And then there's a website, and then there's a letter. So there's all kinds of different ways to get information about our program. We also, if you're ready now, if you say, I'm ready to do this right now, since you're a digital prep student currently, you'll fill out this form to register. And then when you speak to your high school LSC, because you'll have a different LSC next year, you'll let them know that you're interested in joining our program. And that's it. So I have a lot of questions, which I love, but let me grab the link for this PowerPoint. I'm going to put this in the chat, and then maybe Ms. Newsome or Ms. Patton, could you maybe send this to the 8th graders?
Yeah.
The PowerPoint. Okay, great. Awesome. I'm going to put the PowerPoint there, and then I'm going to put in my email address because this is my favorite part of my job. So I really like answering questions And if anything comes up, I'll also put my email address in that PowerPoint so you have it. But I love answering questions. I love meeting with parents and chatting about my program because I'm so excited. It's so much fun. As you can tell, I get a little excited. So let's see what everyone is asking. So if you don't, yeah, some people are talking about college and how important it is. I love that. I think it's important too. I went to college for a long time. I went for 6 years and have a master's degree. So I think it's not for everyone, but I think it's important. So that's a really good point, Gabrielle. Do you need these skills? Yes. So the skills that we talked about, those profile of a learner skills, those are really important for college or for high school. So it's really important to be a strong communicator because if you can't communicate what you need, then my lights are going off. Can you see them? If you can't communicate what you need, or if you can't talk to your boss about wanting a raise, or maybe you want your mom to buy you a bike, being a strong communicator is really good for anything. So those skills, or being an empathetic community member, which just means that you care about others, those skills are really important for anybody to have. So I think those skills, we focus on college a lot, but yes, I think those working together in a group is really important.